Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
White 80.
Mike 51. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Take 2 of them.
25. Check 25.
Black, what's that?
The first carry down for Benny Snell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Ready. Not a wolf. Right there. 54 Mike. It's our time.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second down, Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you. You got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Shit! Alert 3, alert 3.
Pete, these two.
Check 52.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here we go, here we go. Blue 30.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Check three. Kill.
44. Bravo.
51. Mike 51. Ready?
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now, the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels, and that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Check the backer. Shift. Kill. Watch safety creep.
What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? What's up?
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
All right, now, black 20.
Check 56. Switch up. Mike 50.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Tyler Newsome now. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Now Haskins on 1st down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm, and right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, Love. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54. 54, right?
Now a run with Geis. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Third down. Here's Haskins. Over the middle, complete. It's Love. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From midfield now, Haskins going up top. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
Double bump.
Time go. He's checking. He's
Takes both of them.
crash. Kill.
Black, one back.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
Tackles.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Redskins 6.
Check three.
Take both of them.
Crunch.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 50-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
What we got? Switch.
No ball.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Open man here is Gentry. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Like 30.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm.
Take 2 of them.
Just like that. Sponge.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Benny Snell, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead is up to 8. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. On first down, it's Haskins. That's complete. It's Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Mike's by 4. 3 buzz.
On first down, Haskins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check 9.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
That's it, baby.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Redskins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Haskins on third down. And this one complete to Reed. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Start! 230.
56. Hey, me and you all day. All day.
Hey, alert.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set! 180.
56. Check 56. Come on, come on.
King.
Switch. Hey, watch it.
Black.
Now Snell. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football, But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
7-7. Snickers, got to spin.
56 to Mike. 56 is
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jonathan Allen in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys who try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone. That first down run could not have turned out worse for a defense, because when they came out on the field, their #1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. Trump. 58 Mike. 58.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready? Black 80.
Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Black 83.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
You ready? Hey, switch gears. Hey, alert 3.
Snell on the shotgun handoff. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Watch the screen.
These 2.
Watch twins.
Solid. 5 down.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Why they touch?
Here's Snell on 3rd down. So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will extension, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I got wide. You go take. You got take. You got take right there.
Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Haskins out of the gun. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Haskins will throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
On the set. Mike 5-4. Not today, you are. Not today.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd down, Haskins. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Intended for number 80. Incomplete. It's third down and 15.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
65. Mike 54. Mike 52.
From the gun, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. This one taken from the 7. He finds some open field here. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Boswell good with the extra point. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check that strong goal.
And again, it's Collins. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Tressway now. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded inside the 5. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Where we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
From the 16, Roethlisberger. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the out. Check, 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 check. Watch the out.
They'll run with Snell. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. That's complete to White. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
All right, now. 180.
Check 55 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey.
Ben to throw again. He hits White, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 30.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Big edge. Watch the safety creep. He's good. He's checking crack.
Double.
Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Black 80.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my
Snickers. 66. Easy.
Mike, 55.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Benny Snell, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie